Talks between the union representing local public high school teachers and the board are back on, and the Ottawa-Carleton District School Board says it's a positive sign. Melissa Lamb is live in the newsroom with an update. Melissa.
Well, Annette, I just got off the phone with School Board Director Jennifer Adams, who says that talks are underway again today. Now, the Ottawa-Carleton District School Board and the teachers from Ontario Secondary School Teachers Federation began negotiating yesterday morning, and even though no deal was reached by the end of the day, the board says positive strides are being made. In the meantime, high school teachers will continue their job action, limiting their administrative and supervising duties. School Board Director Jennifer Adams says they will be looking at other deals as a template that have already been approved by Education Minister Laurel Broughton.
Certainly, OSSTF local here will be bringing forward some of the aspects of the different agreements as part of those recommendations, and we will learn from them as well as we forge ahead with our own local agreements.
Now, Adams says the board also hopes to start negotiating with its elementary school teachers before the beginning of December. Annette?
All right, Melissa, thanks for that. The impaired driving trial continues today for Pembroke dentist Christy Natsis. The court released video yesterday showing a black SUV backing into a car at a Canada parking lot before driving away. Two women then run after the SUV but couldn't stop the driver they thought was impaired. 30 minutes later, a black Ford Expedition collided with a white pickup truck on Highway 17 near Arnprior, killing 50-year-old Brian Casey. One of the witnesses on the stand yesterday recalled Dr. Natsis being unsteady, adding he could smell alcohol. Toronto police have been called in to investigate the alleged theft of toys from the Salvation Army. The charity says more than $2 million in toys, food, and donations has been stolen from its Toronto warehouse over the past 2 years. The executive director of the warehouse was fired on Monday, months after a whistleblower came forward. Earlier in the week, the Salvation Army said $240,000 went missing from the Booth Centre here in Ottawa. Executive Director Perry Rowe was fired. Quebec's new minority government will survive its first confidence test. The Parti Québécois tabled its first budget yesterday, calling for an increase on sin taxes and on Quebecers earning more than $100,000 a year. The Liberals say they will vote against the budget, but not in sufficient numbers to topple the government and force another election. Taxes on tobacco jumped 50 cents per pack today, while taxes also increase on beer, wine, and bottles of spirits. To the Middle East now. Hamas is praising an attack this morning on a bus in Tel Aviv. At least 10 people were injured when a bomb exploded on a bus across from the Israeli military's headquarters. There has been no claim of responsibility for the bombing, but police say they believe it was a terrorist attack. In Gaza, the bombing was praised from mosque loudspeakers and on Hamas television. Now, the bombing in Tel Aviv comes as the international diplomats continued efforts to broker a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton is shuttling between Jerusalem and the West Bank to help put together a peace deal. Israeli bombs and artillery targeted buildings, tunnels, and bridges in Gaza last night. This is now the 8th day of fighting between Israel and Hamas as the Israeli military attempt to stop rocket attacks from Gaza. 43 million Americans are getting ready to hit the road today on this busiest travel day of the year. Roads and airports will be packed with Americans ahead of the U.S. Thanksgiving weekend. The Canada Border Services Agency is warning residents to expect delays at border crossings in eastern Ontario as Canadians head to the U.S. for those shopping deals. And an update on the 2012 Ottawa United Way campaign. So far, more than $18,930,000 has been raised. This year's campaign hopes to raise $30 million to support individuals and organizations across the capital.